What's up, YouTube? It's Ohavia wishing you peace and happiness. So today I have some tea for you guys. I got my tea too. It's really water, but y'all get the picture. Okay, so we're gonna tell a story about how my so-called friend got me fired from a decent paying job that she helped me get. Put a restraining order on me based on lies, like just ruined my little thing I had going on. So let's get started. And I got my receipts. Okay? So for the purpose of not exposing anybody, I'll name this person I'll call her we'll call her Larry. Okay. So this story really starts in high school. So let's take it back. So I met Larry when I was like 15. Yeah, okay. I was living up north Chicago and I was going to Lane Tech High School at the time. And I met her on Facebook. You know how people used to be like, to be honest, in your inbox or whatever. I don't even know how I ended up being her friends on Facebook. But anyway, so, you know, she was kind of Facebook famous at the time. At the time, I didn't know she was Facebook famous for being a thought, but that's why she was Facebook famous. So anyway, she put like for it to be honest in your inbox or whatever. So I had liked for it to be honest. So she inboxed me like, oh, you're really pretty. We should get cool. You know, whatever. So I'm like, at that time, that's the kind of thing that you would do. So I was like, oh yeah, we should be cool. We started talking or whatever, and we linked up one day to go to the movies to see one of those Twilight movies. And she was like 15 too, like we like the same age. So yeah, she was 15 too, but she went to a school in Evanston. So, we linked up to see the movie. We was cool, like we was getting to know each other or whatever. And then we started being cool because I found out that she lived like right by me, like maybe 3-4 blocks from my house. So we started getting really close. We started hanging out. I had tried smoking weed with her for the first time. Like she was really introducing me to stuff that I shouldn't even been doing. But anyway, we was cool. Like I thought she was cool. I liked her. We was hanging out. She had other friends. Me, I was kind of the loner type of person. So I did have other friends, but I wasn't really going out with people, going to parties, doing stuff like that. Like, I'd just be at home or I'd be at school. I wasn't really into that type of stuff. So I started doing that stuff with her, like meeting her friends, going to parties with her. We had got on a party bus, like just doing all type of stuff I never would normally do. So that's how I should have knew I shouldn't have been hanging out with her. But anyway, so that was back when we was 15. So we ended up getting into it. I just kind of felt like she was like fake. Like she had come talk about her best friend to me, and I'll try to like be supportive and be there for her. But I just started feeling like she was fake. I kind of don't remember what exactly happened because that was a long time ago. But we ended up falling out and we stopped talking. So fast forward to me being 17, my mama decided that she wanted to leave Chicago and move to Texas. So I moved to Texas. Graduated high school in 2015, moved back to Chicago, didn't work out, went back to Texas. So I did a lot of back and forth with Texas. So fast forward to 2018, I'm 20, right? I think I was 20. No, I had just turned 21. No, I just turned 22. So I'm living in my own apartment in Texas. I just turned 22. It's like the end of the year. So here's my receipts. I'm gonna read the message. So one day I'm sitting on my couch in Texas with my boyfriend, just living our life, minding our business, and I get a message on my phone like Facebook Messenger. So I go to it and it's her. So I show my boyfriend like, why is she inboxing me? So the message was like, hey Ohavia, I miss you. I know we fell out over petty stuff, but I hope you're doing well. I'm sorry for what I did. I was immature and petty. You don't have to respond to this. I won't feel no type of way. Have a nice day. I said, what's up? I appreciate your apology. I miss you too. Cause that was when we was 15. Like I said, I low key don't remember what happened, but we was kids. So I'm like, I'm grown now. Like that's fine. You feel me? Moving on. And she was like, "Oh, I'm so happy you messaged me back. I haven't talked to you in so long. I've been thinking about you from time to time. Your sister Ariana is so grown and pretty in college. Do I live in Chicago or Texas?" And I had told her I'm living in Texas for another year. I think about you from time to time too. How's life? And thank you. And so this was in 2018. Like, we grown now. She got a baby at this time. So, I'm like, okay, we's fine. We making amends. At the time when she inboxed me, I was considering moving. Well, I was staying in Texas for another year. But by the time my lease was up in March of 2019, I had already decided, like, no, I'm not staying here another year. So, after she had messaged me in November 2018, we started getting cool. And, like, we was talking on the phone and stuff. Like, getting cool, seeing how life been going for each other, just, rekindling our friendship. So I would say in maybe like January 2019, or maybe even December 2018, I decided like I'm not staying in Texas for another year. I'm going back to Chicago. So that's when she started telling me like, oh, my job is hiring. They having a hiring event in February 2019. They pay well, etc., etc., etc. This was a call center job, which at that time, that's the type of job I like doing because I don't like working with the public and doing all that. So I'm like, yeah, I'll work at the call center. And it was like, my lease was up March 1st, so I was leaving anyway. February sounded like a perfect idea. Like, yeah. So actually, I supposed to stay the whole month of March or the first couple weeks or something. So she kept telling me, like, this job hiring, like, basically I left my apartment early. I paid my last month rent, but I still left early. All to get this job at this call center. So I got back to Chicago, like, March 10th or 12th, 2019. And I was staying with her. Like, she said, you can come stay with me. My job is hiring. You can get on your feet, etc., etc. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I wasn't thinking nothing of it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to stay with her for a little while, get my life together. I had the interview lined up. Like, they did an over-the-phone interview, and they said, okay, come to the in-person interview this day. Like, I had everything going. They do drug tests, so I wasn't smoking or nothing. Like, I had all my ducks in a row. So, like I said, we drove back to Chicago. I got there, like, March 10th or whatever. So I got there, I went to her house, we was talking, everything was cool, like we was living our life. So then I had my next interview in March, and then they told me, like, everything gonna start, your start date will be April 15th. Like, I went to my next interview sometime in March, and then I had to take a drug test. I passed the drug test, and then they told me my start date was April 15th. So we was doing good, like, we was going out, we was having fun, like, everything was going good. Like, we wasn't having no problems. We was going to bars. Like, we went to a bar for St. Patrick's Day. We went out. And my baby's in his sleep. So if he wake up, no, he still sleeps. So, like, we was having fun. I would say, like, late March, I started noticing, like, every time I brought up the job, she didn't really want to talk about it. Like, when I told her I got the job from the interview, she was just like, she ignored my message and like said something else. Like, how people don't reply to what you actually said? She didn't really reply to what I was saying. Like, I just started noticing she wasn't seeming like she was happy for me, but I didn't say nothing about it. I just, went about my day. And then I remember when I told her I passed the drug, matter of fact, before I even passed the drug test, she kept trying to tell me to smoke. Like, do you want to smoke? Do you want to smoke? I'm steady telling her, like, girl, no, I don't want to smoke. I'm trying to get the job. Like, what do you mean? So that's also another red flag. I was just like, girl, like, I'm trying to get the job. Why you steady saying, do I want to smoke? Anyway, I didn't smoke. I'm not stupid. So I passed the drug test. I told her, she wasn't excited. Like, well, when I told her I passed the drug test, she kind of acted excited, but not really. So things just started getting more awkward and more awkward. So A day came when my sister was, cause my sister went to school in DeKalb and we was in Chicago. So she had said like, I haven't seen my sister in a while, obviously, cause I was living in Texas. So I asked the girl, like, Larry. I asked her like, can my sister come spend the night this weekend? I haven't seen her or whatever. And she was like, yeah, that's fine. And prior to that, she had been said, like, if my boyfriend ever wanted to come visit me at her house, that was fine. But he never really came over there. So it just so happened they both came on the same day. And then my sister had brought one of her friends with her. And I didn't think it was a big deal because I'm like, you said my sister can come. You said my boyfriend can come. And the friend was just there, like, for a few hours. So we had a bottle of Douce. And we was in the front room, like, just chilling. I haven't seen my sister, obviously, and my sister and my boyfriend is kind of cool, so we was just all chilling. And my sister's friend, they've been friends for, like, we've been knowing each other, so we was just chilling. So Larry had came home. She just walked in her own house. She didn't say hi to nobody or nothing. You just was messaging me saying my sister's so cute in college and all that. But now you see her, you just walk in the house, and she didn't say nothing. Like, this is your house, why are you not saying nothing? And this was like, right before I'm finna start the job that she did this. So anyway, at this point, it was really toxic. Like, I was definitely never there. Like, when my first day for the job came, I didn't even spend the night at her house for the night. I was at my boyfriend's mom's house. So this was the weekend before I started the job where she started texting me all this stuff like, you don't take out the garbage, you don't clean up, etc., etc. So you see right here, you move with the wind. That's at 7 a.m. I'm never there. That's how you know I'm never there. So anyway, the weekend before, she got the tweaking. So I went to my boyfriend's mama's house and I started the job. So the first day I started the job, literally, the April 15th, 2019, that I'm after work, I went back to my boyfriend's mom's house. I had already brought some of my stuff to her house because I just know like when people be tweaking. So I brought some of my stuff to his house, to her house, like my boyfriend's mom's house. Plus things were still in iffy. So while we sitting there just watching TV, minding our business, I get a text message like, oh, can you bring me my key? I'm like, okay, I'll bring you your key. Or did she call me? She called me like, can you bring my key? I said, okay. So I had like a decent amount of stuff at her house, and she lived on the 3rd floor. So I asked my boyfriend, like, can you take me so you can help me bring my rest of my stuff back to your mom's house? So when we got to her house, one of her friends was there, this dude. Now, mind you, she then told me she don't want this dude in her house because he don't have nowhere to live. So she's like, if he comes visit her in her apartment, he's not going to want to leave. So when I got to her house and I seen him there, I knew it was something finna happen because you told me you didn't want him to be in your house, and he's here opening the door. So her son also was there, and he said hey to me. I said hey to him. Like, that's how you know I never did nothing to this lady. So I went and started getting my stuff, and she was like, can I have my key? I'm like, yeah, I'll give you your key as soon as I get all my stuff out. So I guess we kind of started going back and forth about that. And then her little friend that she claimed she didn't want in her house, he kept telling my boyfriend, like, get your girlfriend. Because I was getting loud. Because I'm just like, why are you doing this? I was really mad. Which I probably didn't have to get loud. But I'm just like, you'll get your key when I get my stuff. Like, get out my face. In the midst of that, I ended up muffing her. Because she really blew me. Like, now looking back, I didn't have to muff her. But she just really blew me. Like, I just knew, like, you was mad I got this job. I feel like she didn't think I could get the job. And then on top of that, I got more money than she was getting. But I didn't even tell her that part. So she didn't know I was getting more money than her an hour. But I just knew, like, she wasn't happy for me. Like, I just was seeing the signs. And then the exact day that I start the job, you won't tell me to get out your house. So I'm just like, okay, cool. So I muffed her or whatever. But after that, nothing happened. Like, I just kept getting my stuff and taking it out. Kept getting my stuff, taking it out. And then at this time, unfortunately, like, one of our childhood friends have just passed away. So somehow the dude and my boyfriend was arguing. I don't know if he said something bad about our friend that had passed away, but they started fighting. Like, me and the girl was not even fighting. My boyfriend and the dude started fighting. I'm just like, wow, okay. So, but before that even happened, because this is very important to the story. Before that happened, when we was arguing back and forth and I muffed her, the friend locked the baby in the room. So the baby was not out no more. He was in the room. So then they started fighting. So at this time, the baby's locked in the room. So when they started fighting, I didn't even do nothing. Because I was trying to be an adult about the situation. So I let them do what they was doing. This girl jumped in the fight. Like, that was just like, why would you do that? So I couldn't even believe my eyes, low key. I'm thinking, like, did she really just do this? So obviously I had to jump in at this point. I didn't have no choice. Like, this girl is really much smaller than me. That's why I was saying, like, I shouldn't have even muffed her. But like I said, when they started fighting, I could have instantly started fighting her. I did not. I didn't even try to fight her until she jumped in. Y'all not gonna jump my boyfriend, like, obviously. So I had to fight her. I didn't have a choice. And this girl is really small. Like, she already told me she can't fight. So if that, I would never try to fight her. I'm not a bully. I don't do that type of stuff. But once you jumped in, I didn't have no choice. So obviously I had to beat her up. Okay. I'm not proud of it. But what she did after this, I am proud of it. So we started fighting. I obviously had to beat her up. And the baby was locked in the room, but he was screaming and crying because he obviously can hear what we doing. So at that point, I still had her key. And then my boyfriend had dropped our car key, but I didn't know that until we left out. All my stuff was outside on the ground. The friend, he was holding my boyfriend down. Like, when I was beating up the girl, the boy that was there, he was holding my boyfriend down, trying to tell him to get off him. And then we left and went downstairs. All my stuff was downstairs on the ground. Like, just so ghetto, bro. So I'm just thinking, like, we finna go. But the whole time we don't have our car key. So she was holding my car key and I was holding her house key. So here comes the CPD. I'm just like, wow, I don't want to go to jail. Because it was obviously that we just fought. Like, her braids was ripped out. Nothing happened to me, but it was clear I just fought her. So 4 officers came and they like, where's her house key? I'm like, she got my key. So when y'all get my key from her, then I'm gonna give y'all her key. So the officer gave me my key and gave her key. And the whole time her little friend that she had there was talking to the police like a little snitch. Like, y'all just started this. Like I said, when I got there, why are you even here? I could have just came and got my stuff and left. Why you bring this dude here? That's how I know she was on something. So he's talking to police, being a little snitch. And I'm just thinking, like, why are y'all calling the police? You hit my boyfriend first, and y'all just try to jump him. Like, this is something it didn't even have to happen. But anyway, so they talking to the police. The police just told me, like, get your stuff, leave, don't come back. I said, okay, I don't have no problem with not coming back. And I got my stuff, and I put it in my car, and we left. So because the police let me leave, I'm thinking, like, okay, that's it. Like, she started it anyway. Next thing you know, so that was Monday, the day I started the job. Tuesday go by, nothing. Wednesday go by. The people at the job, like, I'm in there training, they come and get me. So I go in the office, I'm like, do you know this girl, Larry? I'm like, yeah. This girl done told the people at the job I beat her up. She didn't file the restraining order on me, so therefore I can't work at the job because we work at the same job. So they like, we're gonna have to investigate this. We'll let you know what happened. I was just like, really? I literally was crying. Like, I left out of there crying because I'm just like, I just came back to Chicago. I'm trying to get me an apartment, like, start my life, and this what you're doing, like, and then on top of that, you started this, like, you feel me? So it's like she really was mad I got the job. Like, you got me fired, basically. But at that time, they said they was investigating. That was April, like, 17th. So I had money saved up, and it was tax time, so I had taxes, so I was okay. But it was just like that was supposed to get me to the next step. Like I was supposed to be getting my apartment or whatever. So I never heard anything from the police. Like May came, so that's 2 weeks later. I'm still never heard anything from the police. So I'm like, did she really get a restraining order on me? Like I'm looking it up. Like I'm having a lot of anxiety about this. So finally, they did give me some paperwork in May, like May 15th. They came and gave me some paperwork, like, oh, this girl filed a restraining order against you. You have to come in court. I'm just like, wow, this is so ghetto. Like, I've never been in trouble with the law. Like, I don't do this type of stuff. So I'm just like, wow, like, you really playing these police games and you started this. So I was depressed. I ain't gonna lie, because I'm just thinking, like, people put a restraining order on you and they can do anything to you. Like, if you go anywhere near them, you're gonna end up in jail. Like, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't want to be in trouble with the police. So, and then I read the paperwork. Like, bro, she lied on me so hard. She didn't even spell my name right. Didn't even know my birthday. All type of stuff. So, she told them. She arrived home around 6:45. She called me and asked me to bring my stuff and bring her key. I said, okay, which is true. Once I got there, she began to gather her belongings. She put her hand in my face. I asked her not to put her hand in my face and told her I did not want to fight her. That's a lie. I did muff her, so I did put my hand in her face. But a fight conversation never happened. She said I did not want to fight her and put my child in danger. No. She attacked me while my 3-year-old child was next to me and began to punch me and pull me by my hair, ripping my hair, and my child was screaming and crying. The police came. She said I called her a bitch and spit on her. Obviously, that's not what happened. We did not fight until her friend started fighting my boyfriend. I didn't spit on her. I didn't even call her a bitch, actually. I definitely didn't spit on her. Like, I should have for this, but I didn't. Then she proceeds to say, I dragged her by her hair, punching and ripping her hair. I pushed her son while he was trying to run over to me. I ransacked her house, tore her couch apart, broke her glasses. The police came. I was yelling and saying, she's a dirty, burning bitch, and she not on shit. F her and her baby. Then I lied to the police and said she hit me first. Now, y'all know the police love locking up people. So if I was standing there screaming, she dirty, burning, she not on shit, they would have locked me up. What they finna let me walk away for if I'm doing all this? They would at least put me in handcuffs for doing all that. I didn't do that. And then for you to lie and say I hit her, oh, I didn't get to that part yet. Yeah. I don't know. She said she felt upset and betrayed because she let me live with her for free. She helped me get a job and get on my feet. She said she felt sad for her child because he was put in danger and traumatized from the situation. She felt sad because I ripped her hair out and she had bald patches. And every time she looked in the mirror, she said. She said she felt like I will attack her at work because she attacked me I attacked her in front of her child. And I didn't care. And she said she feels endangered by me. I did rip her hair out and get her bald patches. I'm not gonna lie about that. But why did that happen? You basically told them I just started attacking you. That's not what happened. You didn't even mention the fact that your friend was there and he was instigating the situation. And you didn't mention the fact that he started fighting my boyfriend. I said she hit me first because technically she did. Why would you hit my boyfriend? Like, why would y'all think y'all finna just stand here and jump him? So, it's just like, then you gonna, I thought she put in here I did something to her kid, bro. She said I hit this baby and punched him or something. Right, she said I pushed her son while he was trying to run over to her. Like I told y'all, very key to the story, the baby was locked in the room, so that did not happen. So, obviously, if you told the police I did all this, they gonna think I'm a menace, and they gonna try to do something to me. I will understand why, but it's just like you lied. From the very beginning, you brought this dude. Why did you bring him? For what? Because you knew you was gonna do something you didn't have no business doing. No, I can't say I didn't have to muff her. But you said I put my hand in your face, which I did, and then I started attacking you. That's not what happened. I put my hand in your face, and your little friend was like, get her to my boyfriend, get her, get her. And I walked off because I already know that you cannot fight and you little and I'm just not, what's the point? But then I went and got my stuff. All my stuff was out her house and then a fight started. So if I just started attacking you, how did all my stuff get out the house? And then you gonna lie and say I did something to your baby. I didn't do nothing to that. I would never, ever, ever do nothing to no kid. Like, that's the sickest thing you can do. I would never do that. So, this had me very depressed. While she's saying she was sad looking in the mirror and everything, like, bro, I was depressed. You got me having police problems and all this. Like, no, I came down here to start my life, not to go to jail or have a restraining order on me. But anyway, so I had to go to court. I went to court. The date not on here. Oh no, I went to court May 30th, 2019. And she did not show up to court and it got dismissed. So the fact that okay, sorry y'all. My baby had to get up and eat. But if you watched for this long, thank you. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, anyway, so like I was saying, I don't even remember what I was saying. What was I saying? Right, so we went to court and she did not show up. So the case got dismissed, dropped. Thank God, because it was really stressful. Like, I was depressed about this. Because I'm just thinking, like, low-key, I didn't even start nothing. And then on top of that, it's just like, you're not even telling the truth. Like, you basically just painted me out to this monster that I'm not. And I really didn't like that, so I just wanted to share this story with y'all. People be saying they're your friend, they really not. And that's why I really don't have friends, because it's just like, I don't like when people do stuff like that to you. Like, I really wanted to be cool with her. I really was being nice to her. Like, I didn't even try to fight her. I did muff her, which was wrong. But for you to sit up here and play these police games to a situation, if you didn't like me and you was really jealous of me, why did you even invite me to your house and all that? And then on top of that, when we was younger, she told me before, like, when I first met you, I was jealous of you. And she wouldn't even tell me why. So it's just like, never be friends with somebody that say they jealous of you and don't even tell you why. And don't even have a reason to be. If you jealous, then there's nothing I can do about that. You know? But let me know if y'all got any crazy stories. Peace.